The biggest political news from Karnataka for the last 1 year has been the caste census, or what is called socio-educational survey. The last time such a survey was done was 10 years ago in 2015. The report of this survey was never made public, but Siddaramaiah discussed it for 10 years, finally junking it this year in June. Now, a fresh survey is in progress. Why was the previous one junked? What was the rush for the new survey? And what are the new issues at stake? Hi, I am Sujay and I am going to tell you everything you need to know about Karnataka's caste census, which is likely to have political repercussions across the country. Let's dive into the details right away. The fresh survey began on September 22nd and is scheduled to end on October 7th. The target is to cover 1.43 crore households across the state. Well, the first thing that is different, this time the Backward Classes Commission insists that this is a survey and not a census. Also, the commission has representation from dominant communities and has a much higher budget of 420 crores, which is more than 2 times what they spent last time. Despite all this, the controversy continues again. Just like last time, the common objections have been technical glitches, lack of coordination, confusion and bureaucratic hassles. However, apart from all this, there have been 2 new controversies. First of all, when the enumerators visit households, they take a handbook with them which has a list of all the castes. Now the first controversy erupted when it was found out that this handbook, it contained certain Hindu caste names attached to Christians. For example, Kuruba Christians, Sidiga Christians, Vokkaliga Christians, Reddy Christians and so on. The BJP cried foul, alleging that this was a conspiracy to Christianize Hindu castes and eat into the Hindu reservation share. However, the commission clarified that these names were simply part of the enumerator's manual and not on its official list. The commission also reiterated that those who converted would be identified by their new religion and not the old caste. They also decided to mask the 33 concerned names to avoid any controversy. Secondly, the dominant Lingayat community has been divided over how to enumerate itself or count itself. For those who have followed Karnataka politics, it's not new that a section of the Lingayats has sought a separate religion status. But the community has been divided on this issue. While some seers and forums have asked people to enumerate their religion as Veerashaiva Lingayats or as Lingayats under a separate religion category, some others have asked them to choose the religion as Hindus and only the caste as Veerashaiva Lingayat or Lingayat. This issue is still unresolved and community leaders have left it to people's discretion. Most importantly, this current survey has added angles of political spice as it directly involves Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's mission on the one side and the opposition he faces, of course from the BJP and JDS, but not only that, he also faces opposition within his own party. I am sure you would want to jump right into this power tussle because it is super spicy, but wait a second. Are you wondering why this survey always ends up being discarded, or why is there always a controversy surrounding this? Even I had the same thought, and that's indeed the $1 million question. So let's try understanding this key issue. As the name indicates, it's a social and educational survey, but one which also enumerates castes. So essentially, the exercise intends to find out the social, educational status of each caste, which will then guide policy making and budget planning. So far so good, right? So what's the problem? Well, the essence of social justice is to provide opportunities to deprived communities at the expense of more forward communities, right? So any such move, either removing a caste from the list or providing more opportunities to smaller communities, this has always been resisted by Karnataka's dominant communities, the Lingayats and the Vokkaligas. Having enjoyed a political hegemony, these communities feel threatened by such exercises that disrupt the status quo. This explains the opposition to the Nagangowda, Havanur, Venkateswamy commissions across the years and even the Kantraj Commission survey in 2015. Remember, the report based on this survey was never made public. The Kantraj survey has been one of the most dramatic chapters in the political history of Karnataka. The leaked findings of this exercise projected scheduled castes as the most populous group, followed by Muslims, Lingayats and Okkaligas in that order. While the Lingayats and Okkaligas kept dubbing the survey as unscientific, Siddaramaiah kept pushing for it. This went on and on for 6-7 years before Siddaramaiah finally decided to take it forward. As a leader of the backward classes, Dalits and minorities, which is called Ahinda in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah would politically benefit from such a report. Just days before Siddaramaiah could move ahead, the High Command called both the Chief Minister and his deputy, D.K. Shivakumar, to Delhi and asked them to junk the report. So this is what the CM said about it.
2015ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವೆ ಆದದ್ದು 2015. ಸೊ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ 25ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿ 2025ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿ 25ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ಲ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೊಸ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಹಿಂದುಳಿದ ಆಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
But multiple reliable sources within the Congress circles, including those who are close to Siddaramaiah, have confirmed to us that the real reason was the opposition from dominant castes within Congress, led by D.K. Shivakumar, a Okkaliga. Why is this hurry to do the revised survey now? The power struggle between Siddaramaiah and DKS is no secret, and the caste survey has become another turf for that rivalry. Amid speculations that Siddaramaiah may have to step down as the Chief Minister and make way for Shivakumar, the caste census is a strong weapon for Siddaramaiah to reassert his credentials amongst his followers and maintain his stature within the party. With speculations that he may step down early next year, political observers feel the CM is very keen on completing his favorite project before that. But there is also a larger national angle here. It's true that caste census has been a pet project of Rahul Gandhi. He's often spoke about increasing reservations to 75%, and he's also conceded that the Congress should have done better in the last 10-15 years regarding OBC issues. All this is true. That's perhaps why the caste census has been a hot topic in Karnataka and Telangana. In fact, in Telangana, they even successfully implemented it. But a lot has changed since this May, when the Modi-led union government decided to enumerate castes during the upcoming decadal census. This has truly put pressure on the Congress because if the centre does its caste census before the state government, the Congress will risk losing what has for long been its pet topic. Conducting the survey in Karnataka can also help the Congress-led India bloc at the national level. Remember, Bihar, the first state to successfully conduct and release data of such a census, goes to polls in a few months. The effectiveness of this survey could well become a talking point in a faraway North Indian state. The historic, economic, socio-political angles all make the last few days of this survey extremely interesting. This could indeed reassert or alter a lot of the political equations in Karnataka.